Welcome back to the Accessible Art History YouTube channel. This week's video is another in our series about the 250 required images for the AP Art History test. And I must actually start with an apology. Somehow I missed discussing a key piece from the Etruscan section, so my apologies. Therefore, we're going back in time to cover the Temple of Minerva and the sculpture of Apollo. So to learn more, keep on watching. The Temple of Minerva is a prime example of Etruscan religious architecture. It was constructed during the 6th century BCE in Veii, an important Etruscan city near modern-day Rome. Unlike Greek temples, which were primarily made of marble, Etruscan temples were made using mud brick, wood, and tufa, a type of volcanic stone. This made them more perishable over time, and unfortunately this temple no longer exists. As a result, much of what we know about Etruscan temples comes from archaeological reconstructions and written accounts by Roman authors like Vitruvius. One of the defining features of the Temple of Minerva, and Etruscan temples in general, was its podium-style foundation with a deep porch, or pronaos, supported by columns in the front. This structure followed the Tuscan order, an Etruscan variation of the Doric order, characterized by unfluted wooden columns with simple bases and capitals. The temple was divided into 3 cellae, or inner chambers, likely dedicated to a triad of the deities, including Minerva, the Etruscan equivalent to Athena, Tenea, equivalent to Zeus, and Uni, equivalent to Hera. Although the Temple of Minerva no longer stands, its influence can be seen in early Roman temple design. The Etruscan played a significant role in shaping Roman religious and architectural traditions, blending their own practices with Greek influences to create a distinctly Italic architectural style that would later evolve into the grandeur of Roman temple construction that we see later in the AP Art History test. The Apollo of Veii, also known as Apullu, is one of the most striking surviving examples of Etruscan sculpture, originally adorning the Temple of Minerva that we just discussed. Dating to around 510 to 500 BCE, this life-size terracotta sculpture was part of the larger narrative sculpture program decorating the temple's roofs. It likely depicted a mythological scene involving Apollo and Hercules, who were engaged in a contest over the sacred Crinean hind, a golden-horned deer sacred to Artemis. The statue was designed to be viewed from below, which enhanced its drama. Sculpted by the renowned Etruscan artist Vulca, the Apollo of Veii exemplifies the distinctive Etruscan style which influenced later Greek archaic art. The figure is highly animated, with a sense of movement and vitality that differs from the more rigid and symmetrical Greek chorai statues. Apollo strides forward energetically, with his right leg extended and his arms outstretched, as if he's engaged in action. His finely detailed drapery clings to his body while billowing around his arms, enhancing the sense of movement. One of the most notable features of the Apollo of Veii is his archaic smile, a stylistic tradition shared with Greek archaic sculpture, particularly from the Ionian tradition. However, unlike the more static Greek counterparts, Apollo's expression is more animated. His facial features are emphasized by deeply carved almond-shaped eyes, high cheekbones, and stylized hair arranged in tight curls. The statue was also originally painted in vibrant colors, following the Etruscan preference for bold polychromy, making it even more striking when seen atop the temple. Today, the Apollo of Veii is housed in the National Etruscan Museum in the Villa Giulia in Rome, where it remains one of the most celebrated examples of surviving Etruscan artistry. Therefore, it's no surprise that it's on the AP Art History 250 list. Although the Temple of Minerva itself has not survived, these objects continue to tell the story of an advanced and influential culture that arrived in Italy before Rome's dominance. The legacy of the Etruscans can be seen in later Roman architecture, religious practices, and artistic traditions, proving that their contributions were anything but forgotten.